Hey, my Juju Bees, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Today is Thursday. The day be Friday Junior, that's what I call it. We're gonna go ahead and get this thumbnail right out the way. I got a real different plethora of food today. I was tripping, okay? I woke up hungry. I waited too late to eat, so now I just got a mixture of some stuff I just made up. So bear with me. Let me see if I can do it on the other side. That look backwards, don't it? Either way it is backwards, huh? Okay. So we back in Butterfly. Told you I really don't have that long in this Butterfly thing. But I got, if you are new here, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be so excited if you did. Like this and share it with anybody. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. If you are new here, hi, because I haven't said anything to specifically. I think I might have, but hello to everyone who has just subscribed. Thank you so much for joining the family. And we're going to jump right into it. I got some Louis seafood. Y'all know that's where I get all my seafood from here lately. But they also have this chicken that my friend had in the last one. So she told me, you need to get some chicken, So I got some chicken today. And I got some shrimp and some rice too. Even though I know I had that yesterday. But it's a different sauce. I know my taste buds is all over the place right now. But I'm going to just pour. Because I feel like this rice is not busting if it don't have a sauce in there with it. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys are doing good today on this Friday afternoon. Not Friday, Thursday afternoon. It was a shrimp shell in there. So we gonna just jump right back into where we were at. So Issa and Aria made up in the weirdest way possible. Meek and Morgan engaged in something that they probably shouldn't have, but she was asking for it, so he gave it to her. Told her, let's see how well you can keep this secret. So she fell asleep over there, of course, after he released everything she had bottled up for 2 years out of her body. Okay? And she woke up the next day, which was Sunday. And that's usually the day that Meek has like Sunday brunch or breakfast or whatever with his mom. So when she got over there, she like, who is this floozy you messing with that you tried to cancel our normal Sunday brunch for? He's like, she's not a floozy, mom. Like, and she's still here. She's standing at the bedroom door listening. Like, because he got cameras in his house, and so he saw her. He was like, come on out, Mo. So she come out, and she's like, hi, how are you? And she said, this is my mom, Miss Marilyn. Miss Marilyn, this is Morgan. And Morgan says, very nice to meet you. She said, it's nice to meet you as well. And, because I think he might have said, this is Morgan Atkins. And of course she was not comfortable. Because what she disengaged with your son last night, Miss Marilyn, a little bit much. But so she said, hi, it's very nice to meet you. And I'm gonna use this as my prop because it worked good for me yesterday. So his mama was like, Morgan Atkins, huh? Like, you said that name like she was Queen Elizabeth or something. First and last, she's important. And he said, here you go. You're not like, come on, mom. Like, let's not do this. What? I'm just saying. She said, I ain't never met a girl that you kept no time with. I'm just observing. She said, and Morgan said, oh, no, we're not. We're just friends. She said, okay, friend, are you hungry? So, She said, yes, ma'am, I'm starving, actually. So, Miss Marilyn. And Morgan Atkins. And Mickey. They had breakfast. So, he took her feet, put her feet in his lap, started massaging her feet to make sure she felt comfortable. And he asked, like, you okay? And she like, yeah, I'm okay. He said, I'll take you home after you eat. She said, oh, it's not necessary. I'll catch an Uber. Your mama's here. I don't want to interrupt. He said, never will I ever put Morgan Atkins in the fucking Uber. He said, did you hear what the instructions that Ethic gave me to walk light? A nigga like his life, Mo. And then so her and Miss Marilyn, they got to talking. And she asked, like, so how long have you known him? And she said, oh, for a few years now. I've known Mick for a while since I was younger. She said I used to see him around the way. So I lost touch for a little while. I went to London. And now we kind of linked back up. She said we reconnected a few weeks ago. And I've seen a lot of him since then. So she smiled, a big old smile. And so she asked, like, so are you in college? And she said, I graduate soon. Sorry, y'all, because that's nasty. She said, I cut 4 years down into 2, so I'll be graduating soon. And she said, she's smart, Meek. I think that's what she said. Are you sure you don't want to reevaluate this friends thing? He said, we're friends, Ma. Morgan's too good for me. And so Morgan said, I should call and check on her twins. And she said, you have kids? She said, yes, 2-year-olds, a boy and a girl. Oh, you so young. Yes, ma'am. She said, I went through a lot growing up. Feels like I've lived 2 lifetimes already. I'm not even 21. She said, but those babies are the best thing that ever happened to me. And so she lowered her head. I could put her head in her lap. And he put his fingers up on her chin like, nah, we ain't doing that. Like, lift your head up. So she lifted her head up. And Miss Marilyn said, kids will do that to you. So she said, there's nothing casual about having them. Nothing immature about it. They make you grow up. And she said, the meat does okay. Miss Marilyn said, for a friend, right? He said, not by choice, but I get in where I fit in. Boy, you're in a world of trouble, she said. And so before they got ready to eat, she said, Mickey bless the food. That's where I got Mickey from. I know some of y'all probably want to know. Mickey, you want to bless the food? Working like Mickey. Since he was running around in diapers, he was my baby. She said he still is. She said he gives the best kind of love. Always has. I remember he would come into my room when he was about 5 to say, Mommy, I love you. Mommy, are you okay? Always checking on me to make sure I was okay. She said, I suppose he's spreading that around a little. I suppose he's spreading that around a little these days. Sure is. He sure is, Miss Marilyn. He out here giving her the best kind of love, Miss Marilyn. So he blessed the food. No, she said he's my baby. Sorry, y'all. He could tell that Morgan was uncomfortable. He said, are we eating or what? She said, yeah, Mickey, we eating. That's Morgan. And then Miss Marilyn said, I like her. Don't bring none of your little girlfriends around if they're not better than her. Those little girlfriends have been canceled. That's Morgan. They won't be around, Miss Marilyn. Just friends my ass, Miss Marilyn said. So I'm gonna recite this prayer that Mickey did word for word. Like I said, I don't hate. I don't. Mickey, I can call him Mickey now because y'all done got there. I don't hate Mickey. I really don't. I really like him as a man. I love him as a friend. So I really don't have anything bad to say about him. If I had to pick, I just wasn't picking him. But that's neither here nor there. So he said, God, thank you for waking us up another day. We know that it wasn't guaranteed. And we appreciate the gift of this moment, the gift of those that are present in this moment. We thank you for this meal. May it be nourishing to our bodies, and may the company we keep be nourishing for our souls. Thank you for this company, big homie. It's appreciated. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, I think every girl wants a man that's a little bit hard and rough. We're gonna even call him thuggish even. And a man that's sensitive and can be in tune with you and your needs. So, I don't know if y'all can see Mickey. I'm gonna have that to be known here. But Meek is the perfect, he's like the perfect mix of the two. Okay? He got the street credit. He's respectful. He has manners. His mama raised him right. So when you get Mickey, you're not getting no little boy that's finna play no type of games with you. Like you getting all the man. You getting the whole man. Okay? That's what the girls fall in love with. His mannerisms, the security he offers, all of that. So Morgan looks at him and she like, oh my God, like everything about him I want. Like, she didn't know how she missed it before, but that's because she only had eyes for Messiah at first. She didn't see anybody else but Messiah when it was just them. But now that she can see in a different view, her lens is a little clearer. You know, she done took the blinders off. She see Mickey in a different light. So in her mind, she kind of like analyzing the situation. She's analyzing who she's dealing with and, you know, what she's known before. She compares Mickey to her father, her birth father, Benny Atkins. And she compares Messiah more to Ethic. Even though Ethic and Mickey have a lot of similarities when it comes to how they show love, how they pour love into the people that they love, she compares like Messiah with his rough side and him trying to fill everything out. She compares him to Ethic, but she compares Mickey to Benny Atkins. And the crazy part about it is she loves them both. You know, like they both give her a different part of them that she absolutely adores. In this moment, she's overwhelmed though with the emotions that she has for me, because she feels like, am I supposed to even have these emotions for him? Like, are these even real? Like, am I just trying to replace something that I lost? And since he's the closest thing to it, is that why I'm trying to overindulge in him? So after they say the prayer, so she suddenly feels like she has to be close. She has to connect, even though they sit right next to each other, so their fingers intertwine. And it was like he could read her mind. It didn't even matter that his mom was right there, because for whatever reason, him and Morgan share a tremendous, strong connection all of a sudden, let's say. So he like, come on, love, let's eat so I can get you home. She nodded in her mind, but she's like, but this is home. Like, it felt like home. And so that's when she said she compared them to Benny Atkins or whatever. And so her eyes started to water as she made the comparison in her mind between Benny and Ethic and between Messiah and Ethic. Like, and then she said, Amik, can we go now? I should get back. And it's like, sorry, he could sense her uncomfortableness, you know, and he like, are you sure? Like, is everything okay? Like, and she like, now, please, I need to leave now. And then Miss Merlin said, go ahead and go get her thing, son, so you can take her home. And so she said, I'm sorry, my kids, she said, don't worry about it. She said, Morgan, I know there's no right or wrong way to move on. Like, I know about you and Messiah and the relationship that y'all used to have. She's like, you don't think I know who you were? And she was like, this is not right and it's not wrong either, you know. But She said, you take your time to decide on what you want your life to look like. And don't let nobody make you feel bad about the way you used to live after someone you gave your all died. You hear me? And she swiped this here that came. And so she said, now, sit down and get some food, baby. You don't let a nigga screw you and then not feed you. She said, we didn't. We're just, she said, friends. I hear you. But I don't think either one of you really believe that. If you did, you wouldn't be in here in his shirt with your wild hair, ass, and your eyes that control every beat of my son's heart. There will be no breakfast in the morning because Meek doesn't bring women home, especially here. Now, neither one of you believe that at all. So, this thing with Morgan and Meek is getting kind of heavy, kind of fast, and I don't know if it's the familiarity between the both of them. You know what I'm saying? She know him, he know her. Even though they weren't in a relationship prior to this, they were with each other while she was in another relationship. Sorry. So, by the time she had got home, because she had spent some time with Meek and his mama that was dancing in the living room, just having a good old fiasco over there. So by the time she got home, I think I asked, could the twins stay another night? And breakfast had turned into lunch, and lunch had somehow turned into, dancing in the living room or whatever. She just had a good time. She was lighthearted or whatever the case may be. And he wound up taking her home. And so when he got to her house, he said, no more fighting in the nightclubs, love. She said, you caught me on a bad day. And so, I told y'all, this is my last Mountain Dew that I have in the house. I ain't gonna drink no more. I don't think. But anyway. So, they got to her house. She said, about last night, and so she started like twiddling her fingers, putting her head. Now he like, in my eyes, love. Like, you remember FaceTime, remember, like, this was your room. And in my eyes, Morgan Atkins. And so she said, I don't think it's wise for us to see each other. Like, we had no business being friends. I can't just be friends, not after last night. So she was, of course, ashamed, felt a little bad. He like, you know what the fucked up part about it, Mo? I knew last night that it was the end before it even fucking started. He said, shit's wild. And Morgan, she started to cry, whatever the case may be. And she was like, this is so stupid. I hate this. Let's just forget all this ever happened to me. Everything since London, let's just go back to the people we were 2 years ago. And he said, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do. Is that what you want? And so, of course, he ran his hand down his waves. Of course, that's not what she wanted. That's not even really what he wanted. But she said, I'm getting married. He said, I know. He said, so whatever it is, whatever it was, we can't. It just can't happen. He said, only it has happened, love. It is happening. So, sorry. I don't know why I even be doing this to myself. And so she said, not anymore. So she got out of the car. She went up to her apartment. And like I said, she was on the fence. Like, I probably really shouldn't do this. This is just not a good idea. Mickey come along with a lot of stuff. And not to mention, let's not just focus on the fact that her and Messiah was in a relationship and they got 2 kids together. Let's focus on the fact that Morgan is engaged to Bash. So it's like, you're dealing with the woes of your past, but you got a whole future right here that you are in the midst of trying to create or work around. Like, you got a whole fiance, shorty. Like, you got to figure out what you want to do outside of Amit. So to get her to put her focus back on the reality at hand, she did what she felt like she had to do in order for her to stay, get focused and get herself back to the life that she was living. So she called Bash and asked for him to hurry up and come to Michigan. And I'm full. I like Morgan, okay? And I feel like a lot of things she didn't give enough time to. I feel like she didn't give herself enough time to truly heal from. Well, I'm not going to say she didn't give herself enough time. I'm going to just say she didn't use the time to heal. Because, let me say this. There is no cap. You know, there's no time limit on when you should be healed or how you should heal. That's all a self process. So if it takes me 10 years to heal from something that caused me pain, then it's going to take me 10 years. So there's no time cap. Let me not say that. I don't want to make it seem like I feel like she should have been healed, because that's not it. Because the damage that Messiah caused to her heart, it wasn't an overnight healing, okay? So I don't think that she should have been healed in 2 years. I just think that she did not focus on the healing process while she was away for those 2 years. Like, she didn't take the time to, do the work that needed to be done in order for her to heal. I'm not saying that those 2 years is going to be like, oh, she was healed in 2 years and now she can move on. But what I'm saying is everything is still so fresh for her. The wounds are still so fresh. Like, she's still for real bleeding out, if you think about it. Like, Morgan she just got a Band-Aid over it. Like, London was the Band-Aid. And coming back to Flint was like snatching the Band-Aid off with no other Band-Aid to cover up the process. So now she just bleeding out. You know what I'm saying? And in the process of bleeding out, now here comes Amik, who offers all of these Band-Aids. And he's trying to love you how you are. He's trying to meet you where you are, because he has a strong feeling for Morgan. But Morgan is still lost. Okay? She's still trying to figure out who she is. And if trying to do that, she really is taking in a lot of people and could potentially cause harm to those people because she's unhealed. Because what is she doing? She's bleeding on people who didn't cut her. You know what I'm saying? So I love Morgan. I love her character. I have been Morgan, okay? Hell, sometimes I still am Morgan. But I think that it's necessary to evaluate where you are in life before you move to the next situation. And I honestly think that Morgan just didn't have that example to show her, like, this is what you do in relationships, or this is how you love, and this is how you don't love, or this is how much of yourself you give to a man. She doesn't really know. She doesn't really have an example. Like, Ethic didn't have any women around in her life to teach her anything. Her mom died young, and some of the stuff that her mom told her, to be honest, Justine Atkins, she just was talking crazy. Like, Justine, what are you talking about? So, and then Raven was with Mazan, and he was beating on her. So Morgan really doesn't have a lot of examples on how to be a strong woman. Ethic did try to pour things into her, but he a man. Like, he can say anything, but she doesn't have that experience. He doesn't have that female experience to tell her, like, from woman to woman or from adult to child. Like, look, this is what I did. This is what I went through. These are the mistakes that I made. This is how you could try to prevent from making those same mistakes. Although children and people will make mistakes still, she didn't have a good example. But I wish she would have, because I feel like things would have turned out a little different for her. But that's neither here nor there. So she called Bash back to town, which was kind of like a mistake. But, she had to do what she felt made most sense. And that was, I need a distraction to distract me from this other distraction. And so she wound up going to the airport and seeing and picking Bash up. And so when he saw her, he like, my girl. She like, oh my God, I shouldn't even call you. I don't even know why I did this. This was just such a bad idea. But she had to do something to get herself together. So he asked her where the twins was at, and then she was like, they're back at Alani and Ethics. And she said, do you have a bag? He said, no, I had to pack light. I got stuff here or whatever, you know. And he like, are you ready for commencement? And she like, I am. 2 years of nonstop work and sleepless nights, it pays off. So, and he asked like, you good, Mo? She said, yeah, I'm fine, you know. And of course she's not, because it's like, I've been with you and I've been dead on the inside for 2 years. I come back to London and I'm with Amik for like, what, a week and a half, maybe 2. And now my soul is on fire. It's like, so no, I'm not okay. I'm not, sir. I'm not. And like, I think that's something that us as women, we want. We want a man who can see past that facade I put up. And Bash, he can't see it. I think he gets an inkling a little bit here and there, but he don't know that she's dying on the inside like Meek knows, or like if Messiah was around, he would know, or like or like Aria can tell, or Lonnie can tell. Bash don't got it. And that says a lot about how much of herself she even gave to him in London, because for 2 years, for you not to even know a person for real, what was you doing? Like, what was you doing, Bash? Like, what you was just there? You just wanted her to be like a prize on you? I can't stand Bash. Like, a prize on your arm. You didn't take the time to really divulge into who she is and what she wants and her dreams and aspirations. Like, you just trying to have arm candy. Like, But anyway, so they get back to their place or whatever, and he haven't seen her in a long time. Now, mind you, Morgan ain't gave no cookie to Bash the whole time they've been together. She ain't gave me none. Okay, so they get back to the apartment, and you know the kids are not there, and so they get in, and he like trying to kiss on her and stuff like that, and she like, stop, like, what is you doing? Like, like, I don't even want to do this. And he like, I know, you got your rules or whatever, but she said, why don't you go get in the shower? This is Aria. I need to take this or whatever. He said, not too long. It's not often I get to have you all to myself. I don't want to share you with anyone else. And Aria in the back like, boy, shut your ass up. She said, I guess the warden's in town, huh? She's talking about, yeah, he got it not too long ago. She said, why did that man show up a day before the show? He's supposed to... he probably smelled the fun that was about to go down. And she like, what show? She like, Vegas, Morgan, like you told me you was going to dance with us in Vegas. She was like, I did not agree to that. Like, I did not. She said, I can't go because Bash is back. We got the twins to think about. I just can't pick up and go for the weekend. She said, and why the hell not? Because Aria is the do what I want friend. Like, girl, what you owe him? You don't owe him anything. So, she said, and why not? Bash want to play daddy, so let him play daddy. He can watch the twins while you come to Vegas and do the show. Aren't the twins at Ethics anyway? And so she knew that Morgan knew that Alani and Ethic would watch the kids while she went to Vegas, but she didn't want the battle back and forth with Bash about her going to Vegas and dancing, because that part of her life was supposed to be done, because now she was going to marry into the elite Fredericks family and blah, blah, blah. I can't stand them. So that part of Morgan was supposed to just be gone. And that's the sad part, because that's the part of Morgan that she really loves and that she really has worked on and she's good at. Like, Morgan be killing the stage every time she get on there. Like, boy, gone somewhere, you on your nappy head mama. But anyway, because I don't like her, can y'all tell? So, and then she said, Mo, you said you would perform. You owe me. I came all the way to London for your ass. She was like, and when the hell did I say that? She was like, in London, I'm not at the dance studio. You agreed. She said the promoter already has your name on the bill. She said you haven't hit the stage in 2 years. So now the problem is Aria and Morgan have basically headlined this show. And Aria's like, I can't go do the show by myself because I already got you on the headline. Like, you can't just back out on me now. And she was like, I danced with you the other night. She was like, a club gig is not the same as this that they trying to pay us to do in Vegas. She was like, come on, Mo. She said, people hyping to see us again. We got videos on Instagram. Like, everybody just so excited. Like, please just come on, let's do this. She was like, and plus he's paying this $100,000. Not that neither one of them was pressed for no money, because Morgan come from money and Aria is in money. They ain't pressed for the money. So, between Raven's life insurance policy, the money Ethic had put up for her, and the $1 million that Messiah left her, she definitely wasn't pressed for no money. So she said he gonna hate this. She said his family doesn't like the look. It just doesn't fit you. She said, who cares about what they like, Mo? Do you like it? Bash knew you was gang when he met you. Now he has a serving tea and biscuits and shit, and now you can't dance. Like, I was with Arya. Like, I don't like him or these little rules that they're trying to set in place. And so she said, you're like not even the same person, Mo. Like, she said, forget these. She said, F these Negroes. You don't have to change with every relationship you get into. Who are you when you are alone? Like, when you look into the mirror, the Mo I know ain't the one I saw in London. Like, girl, that's why I love Arya. Because call it like you see it. Like, because, girl, what is you about to do everything that your man say do every time you get a new man? So if your man wants you to serve tea, you're going to be serving tea. But if you get with a new one that wants you to be serving liquor at the nightclub, you're going to be serving liquor at the nightclub. Like, come on, you got to figure out what you're going to be alone without a man. So, she wound up telling her, like, I'll think about it. She said, the flight leaves in the morning. I'll do the reservation. I leave tonight. Yours leave it tomorrow. She's like, please be on the flight, Morgan. She said, I'll think about it. And don't Morgan me. So she got a message from Messiah. I love me Messiah with his delusion, with his dysfunctional self, but I love him. So he wound up sending her a message, and she said, he said, you look unhappy, and I ain't happy about that. You vibrate too high for your smile not to match. Fix it. Now look, they ain't been around each other in 2 years either. And he can look at a picture and know that this ain't cracking. Like, what's up? What's wrong? What's going on? I wish he would have came as itself, but whatever. So Mo frowned. She normally ignore messages from men, but she found herself typing back. She said, you get all that from an IG post, huh? Does that introspective, I pay attention, I can see past your smile thing normally work for you? And to Morgan's surprise, of course, he wrote back. He said, I've only tried it on you. It works because I know for a fact you smiling right now. I love him. And boy, you don't know shit and you don't know me. Have a nice day, sir, and stop sliding DMs. It makes you seem thirsty. He said, nigga could use a sip of that. Boom. So she laughed and she said, never happening, bruh. Move around. He said, I've tried. I'm stuck on you. She said, good luck with that. Oh, and change the name. I hate it. It's corny. So she clicked out of the messages and so then she tried to figure out a way to finesse him into going to Vegas, basically. So she kind of tried to make it seem like, we can have a good time. The kids can stay with Ethic and Alani. We can go, and I can dance. And then he was like, no, that's out. So she was like, okay, well, at least I can go and support. Like, we can make it a weekend. Maybe we can get to, spend a little time together, do something romantic. She tried to, like, finesse it that way or whatever. He like, well, you could bring the kids or whatever. Like, it's cool. We ain't had a family vacation. Whoop the wop wop. So he told her, I just don't want, you're beautiful. I love you, and it seems like you holding that back from me. I just want you, to experience every part of you. Make love to my future wife. Like, yeah, go. So, she basically made him feel bad about him trying to have grown up with her because she told him about the experience that she had about her being raped, which he already know, and that's the reason why she don't want to. But she really be perfect because the night before, if Mickey was gonna bust that wide open, she was definitely gonna lay him. But now she just trying to, play it or whatever. So she tried to go ahead and say like, let's go to Vegas or whatever. At least I can go to support it or whatever. And then they was like, we'll take the kids. And she like, you sure? He like, yeah, I mean, they be flying back and forth to London. Like, it should be cool. As long as we're all together, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And then she said, okay, well, I guess they can come. And so while she was, trying to get past that, she got a message from Messiah. And it says, Morgan's king. Better? Question mark. So she had a smirk on her face. And she said, cute. Real cute. You still corny. So she smiled and shook her head, and she said that she was surprised that she felt the unsettling in her gut that told her she was flattered. And she like, a stranger online makes me feel more excited than the man I'm about to marry. You know how about, Lord have mercy. But she had no idea that the stranger wasn't so strange at all. He was better acquainted with her than anyone else had ever been. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to pick up. I might do another video tonight, so I might come back to y'all with some more food for my dinner, because this is just my lunch. But we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It would make me so excited if you did. Share this with anybody and all the people that you know, so they can come over here and kick it with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be here next time. Maybe not the same time, but same place. Until next time. Bye, my jujubes.